What's up, everybody? I'm Alan Seslowski, and thanks for tuning in to RosterWatch. Everybody loves a good discount. Who doesn't like paying less for something that's more valuable? The same holds true in our fantasy drafts. On this video today, we're going to talk about a few players that are coming off injury or currently injured and are available at a discount. At the end of each discussion, we'll recommend whether they are good value or if you should pass on them. The first player I want to talk to you about is A.J. Green of the Cincinnati Bengals. A.J. Green hasn't played a down of football in 18 months. Going back to 2018, he missed about half the season. In 2019, in the preseason, he was injured once again and missed the entire 2019 season. Now, if you think back to last summer, A.J. Green, when we knew he was injured, he was still going around the 5th, 6th round. Now, in 2020, he's going in around the 7th round, and we know he's healthy. It just doesn't add up. The injury risk is already priced in. There's not many wide receivers you can draft in the 7th, 8th round that have top 10 upside. If you have the stomach for the risk, A.J. Green could pay off at ADP. The next player I want to talk to you about is Will Fuller of the Houston Texans. For those of you who've been playing fantasy football for at least the last half decade, know that Will Fuller has week winning upside. Who can forget 2019 in week 5 against Atlanta when he had over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns? That's 50 plus fantasy points in most of our leagues. Now, we know the problem with Will Fuller has been his durability. There's a couple different philosophies on Will Fuller. Currently, he's being drafted in the 7th round, so you're able to take him as your wide receiver 3. Some fantasy players like to go safe with their wide receiver 3 and know they're going to get low double-digit points every week. RosterWatch advocates a strategy that has a volatile wide receiver like Will Fuller with week-winning upside in your wide receiver 3 slot. The injury risk is already priced in with Fuller. If he wasn't an injury risk, he'd be going in the 4th round easily. RosterWatch strongly recommends getting Will Fuller in your fantasy drafts at cost, 7th round, and sometimes he even falls to the 8th round. I just want to remind everybody that the 2020 RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet is now available at RosterWatch.com. The revolutionary cheat sheet that changed fantasy football forever is back, only at RosterWatch.com. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet. All you need to do is follow 3 simple rules. That's it. It couldn't be any easier. And an expert quality fantasy football draft is guaranteed. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet, available now at RosterWatch.com. Okay, now let's get back to our players. The last player I want to talk to you about is Jarvis Landry of the Cleveland Browns. There's been no better Iron Man than Jarvis Landry. He's only missed 1 game in the last 3 seasons. Jarvis Landry routinely gets drafted outside of the top 15 wide receivers, yet his last 3 finishes have been wide receiver 8, 14, and 21. You're getting great value every year when you draft Jarvis Landry. This year, it's a little bit different. Jarvis Landry is going outside of the top 30 wide receivers, and for good reason. Back in February of 2020, Jarvis Landry had hip surgery. That's not a small surgery. Hip surgery is game-changing surgery for most players. They gave him a timetable of 6 to 8 months for recovery. Now, RosterWatch tends to err on the side of the later part of those timelines as a precautionary practice. Let's split the difference for this discussion. If Jarvis Landry gets his recovery within 7 months, that puts him on the field at the end of September. So we've already missed about 4 games. Give him a game or 2 to tune up and get back into football shape. Now you're talking about 6 missed games. In a redraft league where you have only 13 weeks of regular season, you can't have a player that's guaranteed to miss 6 games, and then you never know how the situation is going to evolve. Right now, at his 8th round ADP, Jarvis Landry is a pass for RosterWatch. Now, of course, he could have a miraculous recovery, be ready for week 1, but the risk just isn't commensurate or priced in with the reward. Okay, RosterWatch Nation, that's it for today. Remember to like and subscribe to get notifications when we go live. And do us a favor, comment down the video. We will comment back. Okay, I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.